Well, it's back to work and school following just a lovely Labor Day weekend, and the weather is just about as nice this morning, although the heat and humidity will gradually return as the week progresses. Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish is updating the first alert forecast and already giving a sneak preview of the upcoming weekend with a return of rain and thunderstorms and that dreaded humidity. Be listening to Jacksonville's Morning News. We're also updating long-term development in the tropics. There are no named storms for the first time in a very long time. I mentioned back to school. Beachside High School in St. Johns County, travel on County Road 210 has been nightmarish for many families, waiting 30, 40, 50 minutes or longer in traffic. Finally, it's being addressed, although there are a lot of skeptical parents and students and probably teachers as well, with a later start time beginning today. WOKV Shafalika Botnagar is live along County Road 210 and kind of gauging what that later start time may ultimately look like, and if it does ease the delays where you are squeezed down to just 2 lanes on County Road 210. And a lot more explanation into that ongoing storyline. Another complex story has to do with Florida's congressional districts. The big takeaway for Jacksonville area and for Democrats and Black Democrats specifically was the lack of representation with the newly redrawn congressional district. Now, Representative Aaron Bean oversees that district in Congress. There's been a legal fight, and the very latest development saw a federal judge over the weekend rule that district map unconstitutional. Very late in the day on Monday, we saw the Secretary of State in Florida appeal that ruling, and so this throws the decision ultimately to the Florida Supreme Court, and we are likely to see this ultimately end up at the United States Supreme Court. Big local implications, and we're following all the complexities with it. Later in the morning, we'll hear from USA Today Florida Network's John Kennedy on some of the legal arguments that all sides are making in this and when it ultimately may be resolved. We're looking ahead to 2024 and a re-election for Congressman Aaron Bean or potentially a newly redrawn district. Complex storyline, but one that we're following very closely. And a lot of other storylines that you'll hear making news on 104.5 WOKV. We're already turning our attention to Jaguars kickoff weekend. Cannot wait for the season that is just full of high hope and expectations. Jaguars start the road against their AFC South opponent, Indianapolis Colts. We'll see that game, 1 o'clock kickoff on Fox 30, and we've got you covered throughout the week with comprehensive coverage on 104.5 WOKV.